Humans survived a future that had never happened. That sentence should not exist. Neither should they. I am Celt of the Ninth Memory Choir. My species does not record history. We remember it directly. Every event leaves an echo inside reality. We listen. We verify. We know. Humans broke that certainty. The first echo we found belonged to a war that was still 6 cycles away. Impossible. The Alliance believed it was corruption. I believed it was prey. We were both wrong. The Alliance ruled nearly 4,000 civilizations. Every member obeyed the same law. Strike first. Never wait. Waiting creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates extinction. That principle had kept us alive for millions of rotations. Humans disagreed. Whenever they faced danger, they delayed. Whenever threatened, they negotiated. Whenever surrounded, they smiled. I classified this as primitive fear. A predator smiles before surrender. That was my first mistake. I watched Earth from orbit. Blue oceans, green continents, tiny satellites circling like insects around a sleeping beast. Nothing impressive. No massive battle fleets. No moon-sized weapons. No gravity cannons. Their military was embarrassingly small compared to ours. The Alliance High Council laughed. I joined them. Then our future sensor screamed. Thousands of impossible echoes erupted from Earth's orbit. Entire battles. Destroyed planets. Dead admirals. Burning fleets. Every one of them dated 6 cycles ahead. The future already remembered humanity winning. Winning what? No war had begun. Our historians erased the readings. Machines fail. Reality does not. Except, the echoes returned. Stronger. Closer. I was assigned to investigate. Not because I was important. Because I specialized in impossible things. My shuttle entered Earth's atmosphere without resistance. No missiles. No fighters. No warning. That unsettled me. Weak civilizations panic. Strong civilizations attack. Humans simply watched. They always watched first. I marked it as another symptom of fear. The landing zone was empty except for one human. Female. Middle-aged. Gray hair. Simple clothing. No visible weapons. She stood beside a small vehicle and waved. Waved. As though greeting an old friend. Predators never expose open limbs. I concluded she had already accepted death. She smiled. I've been expecting you. I translated the words 3 times. Expecting? Impossible. Our arrival schedule existed only inside Alliance quantum cores. No signal had escaped. I scanned her brain. Nothing unusual. No implants. No psychic field. No quantum organ. Only a human. Weak. Fragile. Temporary. I know why you're here, she continued. Another impossible statement. Humans guess. They do not know. I demanded access to every communication network on Earth. She shrugged. Sure. No negotiation. No resistance. No conditions. Again, I assumed surrender. Again, I was wrong. Earth's networks were open. Completely open. Every database. Every archive. Every military document. Everything. Either humanity was unbelievably foolish or unbelievably confident. The data made no sense. Factories operating beneath oceans. Research stations hidden under ice. Power signatures inside inactive volcanoes. Construction projects officially canceled centuries ago, yet somehow still active. Ghost industries. Ghost fleets. Ghost logistics. Nothing matched reality. Someone had forged everything. But why forge your own records? Humans loved wasting effort. That became my second conclusion. I sent everything to the Alliance. Our analysts agreed. Earth was disorganized, chaotic, confused, safe to invade. The High Council voted, unanimously, war. The declaration reached Earth within minutes. The response contained only one sentence. You're too late. The Council celebrated. They interpreted it as despair. I did not. Something inside those words felt finished, as though humanity believed the outcome had already passed. Our invasion fleet entered the Sol system 3 days later. 8,000 warships, 5 million combat drones, planet killer weapons, enough force to erase civilizations. Earth still did not attack. Cities continued functioning. Children continued playing. Music continued broadcasting. Markets remained open. No panic. No evacuation. No mass mobilization. Humans behaved exactly as before. I finally understood. They had surrendered psychologically. Their minds had broken before the first shot. I almost pitied them. Then our flagship vanished. Not exploded. Not destroyed. Vanished. One moment it existed. The next. Empty space. Sensors found no debris. No energy release. No distortion. Nothing. A battleship larger than a continent simply ceased existing. The fleet froze. Another ship disappeared. Then another. Every disappearance occurred exactly 7 seconds apart. Perfect intervals. Perfect silence. No weapon leaves silence. Admirals demanded explanations. Scientists argued. Priests declared divine punishment. I searched for logic. There was none. Then every vanished vessel reappeared. Behind us. Damaged. Scarred. Their crews were screaming. Every survivor repeated the same impossible sentence. We already lost. Already? Combat had barely begun. Medical scans found severe aging. Some crew members had grown decades older. Others had become younger. One captain remembered attending his own funeral. Another insisted the war lasted 19 years. Their memories contradicted each other. Their wounds did not. Every ship carried battle damage from conflicts that had never happened. Reality was unraveling. The council blamed experimental human technology. Naturally, humans were reckless creatures. They probably activated some unstable machine they barely understood. That explanation comforted everyone. Except me. Because the battle scars matched the future echoes. Exactly. The future was leaking backward. And only humanity acted unsurprised. I returned to the woman. She was drinking something warm while watching birds. Birds. During an invasion. Why aren't you afraid? I asked. She looked almost disappointed. We were. Past tense. Then what changed? She stared toward the sky where Alliance ships blocked the sun. You finally caught up. I demanded answers. She laughed. Not loudly. Not cruelly. Just. Sadly. You think you're invading Earth. Aren't we? No. Silence. Then she whispered something I almost failed to translate. You invaded after the survivors came home. Survivors? There hasn't been a war. She looked directly into my eyes. There has. Every instinct inside me rejected those words. Time has one direction. Memory has one source. History has one truth. Every civilization knows this. Every civilization, except humanity. Then Earth's moon opened. The moon split without making a sound. Not shattered. Opened. Like an eye that had waited too long to blink. Every Alliance sensor failed at once. Our targeting systems reset. Navigation vanished. Even the stars changed position. I believed the moon was a weapon. I was wrong. Again, it was a door. Something emerged. Not ships. Not stations. People. Thousands of human vessels drifted through the opening. Each one scarred. Each one carrying damage impossible to repair. Their hulls bore centuries of battle marks. Some flew with entire sections missing. Others burned while remaining perfectly operational. They looked ancient. Older than recorded human civilization. Our admirals laughed. Scrap. That was their final mistake. The old fleet transmitted no threat. Only one message. We made it back. Back. Back from where? My memory organs vibrated in pain. The future echoes exploded inside my mind. I finally understood why they had never matched reality. They were not echoes. They were memories. The survivors remembered battles that had not happened yet, because they had already lived them. Earth had not predicted the future. Humanity had escaped it. Our council demanded surrender. Not from themselves. From Earth. The old human fleet ignored them. One young Alliance commander fired anyway. A single plasma lance crossed the darkness. It struck the oldest human cruiser. The beam disappeared. Not blocked. Not reflected. Forgotten. The weapon simply never happened. Our records erased themselves. Crew members argued. Who fired? No one. I saw it. There was no shot. Reality itself refused to agree. I realized then that the returning fleet carried something far worse than weapons. They carried altered history. The woman on Earth spoke again through an open channel. You still think this is your first invasion? It is. She closed her eyes. No. Images flooded every Alliance screen. Not recordings. Memories. Entire worlds burning. Alliance banners hanging over ruined human cities. Children hiding beneath broken buildings. Dead oceans. Black skies. Then, Earth exploded. The planet cracked apart. Billions died. The vision ended. Every human ship remained silent. I rejected it instantly. False propaganda. Nothing more. Humans deceive. Humans manipulate. Humans survive through lies. That had become my certainty. Then one of our oldest historians collapsed. He began screaming. I remember it. Others followed. Thousands. Millions. Across the fleet. Memories appeared inside minds that had never lived them. Every Alliance species saw fragments of another timeline. We had one. Completely. We exterminated humanity. Every last human. We celebrated. Then, something impossible happened. One human survived. Just one. No records explained how. No weapon detected him. No sensor tracked him. He simply continued. For decades. Alone. Until he found something buried beneath Earth's mantle. A machine. Not built by humans. Not built by us. Older than stars. It could not change time. It did something far worse. It allowed memory to survive time. The last human activated it. History reset. But humanity remembered. Not perfectly. Not completely. Just enough. That was why they smiled. That was why they delayed. That was why they never panicked. Every generation inherited fragments. Dreams. Nightmares. Instincts. Children feared places that had not burned yet. Engineers designed ships they had never invented. Soldiers trained for battles that had not begun. Mothers cried over children who were still alive. Humanity had become a civilization haunted by its own future. The Alliance had declared war before. Many times. Each time, humanity died. Each time, one survivor reached the machine. Each time, history restarted. This was not our first invasion. It was our last chance. I wanted to warn the Council. They refused to listen. Memory without evidence is madness. That is our law. Humans obeyed a different law. Prepare for the pain you cannot prove. The Alliance attacked with everything. Planet killers. Gravity spears. Dark matter storms. The old human fleet moved at last. No formations. No elegant strategy. Pure instinct. Every captain somehow knew where every Alliance weapon would appear. Missiles met empty space. Ambushes found abandoned positions. Our greatest traps surrounded nothing. It was as if humanity remembered every mistake. Because they had already made them. I still searched for logic. Probability. Mathematics. Anything. Then I saw something impossible. A young human pilot deliberately flew into one of our kill zones. Certain death. I calculated his survival chance. 0. He smiled. Exactly 3 seconds later, an Alliance cruiser collided with another vessel after making the same evasive maneuver it had chosen in every previous timeline. The collision opened a path. The human escaped unharmed. He had trusted history to repeat itself. He had gambled on our habits. And won. Again, the battle became slaughter. Not because humans possessed stronger weapons. They did not. Not because they had larger fleets. They did not. They fought like people reading a story for the 100th time. We fought like readers seeing the first page. One by one, Alliance worlds surrendered. Not from defeat. From exhaustion. How do you defeat an enemy that remembers losing? How do you surprise someone haunted by tomorrow? The High Council finally contacted Earth. No threats. No pride. Only one question. How many times? The answer came from the same gray-haired woman. She looked older now. Tired. As if every timeline rested on her shoulders. We stopped counting. Silence filled the galaxy. Then she added quietly, "This is the first timeline where you asked." At that moment, I realized humanity had broken the pattern. Every previous cycle ended with revenge. This one ended with mercy. They could have erased us. Instead, they offered peace. Not because they trusted us. Because they were tired of remembering worlds that no longer existed. The Alliance accepted. Not out of honor. Out of fear. Centuries have passed since that day. Our children now study humans. They ask why humans laugh during disasters, why they prepare for impossible events, why they keep trying after certain failure. I never tell them about the machine. I never tell them about the forgotten timelines. I tell them the only truth I know. Humans do not fear the future. They have already survived it. And whenever someone claims that history cannot remember tomorrow, I remember the day impossible people smiled at our declaration of war. Because humans had survived a future that had never happened. The Alliance never declared war on humanity again. Not because they feared human weapons, but because they feared human memory. Even today, when our children ask why humans smile before impossible battles, I tell them only one truth. Humans don't survive because they are stronger. They survive because, somehow, they have already died once before. And that is why the day we declared war, humanity simply smiled and said, "You're too late." If you enjoyed this HFY story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another epic sci-fi adventure. Tell us in the comments. If you remembered the future, what would you change? Until next time, stay curious and keep looking to the stars.